You already left the Earth, not in a spaceship, not in a blaze of light, but in the quietness, most miraculous way a human being ever could, through evolution of your consciousness. The old Earth, the one built on fear, scarcity, control, and competition, it's still here. You can still see it. People still argue in its system, still fight for its illusions, still cling to its crumbling promises. But you're not there anymore. If you ever looked around and felt like nothing makes sense anymore, if you've noticed yourself craving peace over power, truth over comfort, connection over control, that's not a coincidence, my friend. That's the signature of a soul that has already stepped into a new paradigm. And if you're listening to this and thinking, but I'm still stuck, I'm still scared, I'm still trying to break free, listen, my friend. The fact that you feel the pull towards something greater means you're already on your way there. You're standing in the doorway of a new world. For thousands of years, humanity lived under a spell, the spell of survival. Our societies were built on not enough. We've been programmed to think and to believe that there is something missing, like not enough money, not enough love, not enough time. And so we fought, we hustled, we compared, we controlled, we obeyed. We were taught to mistrust life, to believe that the world was hostile and we were alone in it. We built walls, both physically and emotionally. We built hierarchies. We built a world where worth was measured by how much you owned, how much you achieved, and how much you could dominate. This was the frequency of the old earth. Fear. Fear was the foundation of everything. Our economics, our religions, our governments, even our relationships. And like fish born in polluted waters, we didn't even know we were swimming in poison. But something incredible happened. Humanity reached a breaking point. The old story, I must fight to survive, stopped working. It created too much pain, too much separation, too much tension and chaos. People began asking deeper questions like, why am I here? What's the point of all of this? What if there's more? And I know you see yourself in these questions because you've been asking them as well. This was the beginning of the shift. The new earth is not a location. It's a state of being. It's a state of seeing things from higher perspective, seeing connection where before there were missing links. It's a way of being that emerges when fear no longer rules you, when there's higher knowing that overcomes the fear. And usually it's a sensation of trust. We know that everything has a bigger meaning, and therefore we look for that bigger meaning and we find it. So the path from looking to finding it is what awakens us. In the new earth, you don't chase purpose. You remember that the path of looking for answers, the path of looking for truth, the path of discovering what feels like play and making all these acts as skillful as possible is what gives you purpose. So you don't try to control outcomes anymore. You actually do what feels the most fulfilling, and that's how you align with them. You recognize that the greatest possible outcomes find you when you feel the greatest possible version you can be. And you don't see others as competition, you see them as reflections of you. You notice that maybe people don't exist how you think they are. They actually exist to reflect back to you who you are. And that is a very different perspective that people wake up into. And those people are living in a very different world, because rather than trying to fight others, they start healing themselves. And when they heal themselves, they see that other people have changed. Certain people left them. Certain people completely changed. And certain people actually came to them and asked them for guidance, asked them for what they did to accomplish that. So this is a new reality that many of you are stepping in, and it's built on trust. Trust in yourself, trust in life, trust in the intelligence that breathes your lungs and orchestrates galaxies. It's a paradigm where abundance is natural, because scarcity is seen for what it always was, a lie, a big lie. It's a world where collaboration replaces competition, and creativity replaces consumption, and being replaces doing. And I know many times people ask, yeah, but I still need to pay bills. I still need to have money to survive. And yes, it is true. But even a way to make money becomes way more purposeful, because we stop looking for what we have to do to survive. We actually start looking for what we can do to make this world less of a need for survival and actually building a greater purpose. So we start asking ourselves, what kind of job would give me purpose? What kind of work would give me purpose? And therefore, finding these things and doing them becomes very meaningful, until jobs are not jobs anymore, they're missions. And missions give us a sense of service, and service gives us a sense like we truly belong here. We're truly here on purpose. And that's where everything changes, and we're not working for money anymore. Now money comes to us because we're doing what is needed. So if you've noticed that material success no longer excites you the way it once did, or if you crave depth over drama, truth over validation, if your heart has grown more sensitive, more compassionate, more awake, that is the new earth consciousness blossoming inside of you. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be materialistic, or you shouldn't enjoy life in material things. I'm not saying that. I'm saying actually you're learning to enjoy material things rather than just possessing them and having more of them because you're not feeling enough. You actually now understand how to enjoy this world, how to be here and use things and tools to enjoy, to create a beautiful life for yourself. This is the new earth consciousness. In the past, people felt offended because someone else had more than them, and then they wanted to fill up that hole, that missing piece inside of them, by getting a greater thing that would maybe outperform that neighbor's thing or whatever. But then we recognize even that doesn't solve a problem of not feeling enough. So the only way to truly find out how to be enough is to find a sense of belonging. And sense of belonging doesn't come from having more to fit in. It comes from understanding that in order to fit into this world, I can only experience that if I can become that piece I was truly made for. If the world is a puzzle and I'm the missing piece in it, I firstly need to discover what is missing in my life, what experience is missing in my life, and how can I fulfill it. And it's never outside of you. It's never to blame someone outside of you. It's discovering what truly gives you a sense of meaning, what truly gives you a sense of happiness. That's as easy as that. What makes you happy? what makes you whole, what makes you complete. Because discovering what gives you that will discover what makes you unique. You will notice you have a unique smile, you have unique gifts, you have unique talents. You've noticed those things, haven't you? And when you do, you notice that's what makes you a very unique piece of the puzzle we call society or world. And when you truly embody it, then you will fit in. You will fit into a new story that is not based on survival. It's not based on competition. It's based on thriving. It's based on healing, because your presence becomes healing gift for the world. Your doing becomes healing gift for the world. Your shining, your sharing, your solutions become a healing gift to the world. And when you do it, you feel it. You know that is the thing. That is the energy you've been truly craving for. You were not craving to be seen. You were not craving to be safe. You were not craving to be loved. You were craving to shine, because shining is actually when love fills you and it overflows so you can share it with others. And creativity overflows and abundance overflows. And that's when truly your energy becomes magnetic. So you attract towards you more opportunities and people and everything you need to fulfill what is on your path that only you can fulfill. So once again, if you are noticing that your heart has grown more sensitive, more compassionate, more awake, that is the new earth consciousness blossoming inside of you. You don't have to do anything to get there. The new earth is not waiting on the other side of some achievement. Like, to many of us happens when we go onto this spiritual awakening journey, that we think that we will be more accepted or more respected if we're more awake or more intelligent or more wise. But actually it's another illusion. Actually, this new frequency is revealed the moment you choose to live by love instead of fear. And love, once again, is not something you experience from outside. Yeah, partially you do, but mainly it's an experience that fills you up with inspiration or insight or care from life or wisdom from life or guidance from life that says to you what can only be done through you. And it's hard to understand until we experience it. Like, it's hard to understand what artist feels when he paints. Like, I'm an artist and I'm sharing a painting with you. It's hard to understand what a musician feels when he's on stage performing his greatest hits. It's hard to experience what a healer feels when he experiences a breakthrough in his or her patient. Right? It's hard to experience that, but those people know it's love, it's unconditional love. Like, I've been placed here to do that. And what I want for all of you listening to this message today is to look for these experiences as long as you find them. If it doesn't feel like it gives you life, then it's not the thing. But if you keep looking for it, eventually you will find one thing that will make you feel so alive that you will know this is what you've been made for. And when you discover it, you will know how love feels like. And now when you know, now you know what you can give to other people to get a bit closer to that feeling as well. And now you're an example of truth. Now you're an example of what love truly is. Yeah, in movies we've seen love is the connection between two individuals, which is true, and that's beautiful. Personally, I'm in a beautiful relationship. I can say it is nice, it's very beautiful. But when I'm not okay, even that thing can't fix me. But when I'm in the zone, when I am in my place, when I'm in my energy, nothing can replace that. And if we allow ourselves to shine, we allow ourselves to be. And when we allow ourselves to be, we give the world an example of what it means to truly live. And I think that's the beginning of true love. So I want to give you a reminder that you're far more evolved than you think you are. And sometimes we think we have blocks on this path, so we don't feel fulfilled. And we think there's something wrong, so we don't feel what I'm maybe talking about today. But actually, we have all these sensations of pressure, and we experience the lack of what we want only so it would direct us towards what we want. So when we experience the lack of joy, when we experience the lack of love, when we experience the lack of abundance, it's only there to direct us towards abundance, towards love. So we would look for it, so we would search it, so we would notice that we are the source of it when we discover what truly fulfills us. But then, what if we don't feel like we're there yet? What if the old energy, the old structures, the old earth still has its claws in you? The bills, the anxiety, the expectations, the loneliness. We still feel those things here and there, right? Or maybe they're still very dominant for you. And you may say, I'm not there yet, so I may be left behind. But if you feel like that, there's something I want you to know. There's nothing wrong with you. The bridge between worlds is not a leap, it's a gentle unfolding that happens through healing in your own pace, through awareness, through recognition. Like if you make one step closer to what calls you, you also make one step further away from what was not aligned with you. And every moment you have a choice to make one step closer to what calls you. And yeah, here and there you will fall into an autopilot and you will be moved away. And you will wake up and you will ask yourself once again, okay, what calls me right now? What do I need right now? What do I value right now? And you will make one step closer to what calls you. So you don't have to become a perfect spiritual being overnight. You don't have to renounce everything or ascend in a single moment, because transitioning into a new energy, into the new reality, is about very tiny, powerful choices we make every single day. And yes, we have days when we don't want to make any choice. We have days when we need to deal with some boring responsibilities. And we have days when we are triggered all the time, and not all the days we'll make the right moves. And some days we just want to sleep and we just want to remove ourselves from everything. And even those are spiritual acts where we notice, yeah, I've been listening myself. I've removed myself from these situations. I needed to take care of these things because then I'm at peace with myself. So you see, everything can get you closer to what you've been looking for when you become more aware of what you feel. So there are choices we can make every single day. And the first choice is presence over autopilot. Every time you pause and breathe instead of react, you anchor into a different frequency. When you're present, you know what resonates more than what doesn't, right? And choosing what resonates more is a choice that you've made consciously. Now, is the thing that resonates more truly helpful for you? You don't know, but if you choose it, you will experience the proof of if it's good or not. And that's actually evolution. It's informing ourselves, learning, educating, exploring. Those who never explore will never know. And if they don't know, they're ignorant. And if they're ignorant, it's hard to make the right choice. But if we choose to learn, we also choose to get hurt, but we say, it's okay, that's how I learn. You have another choice, trust over control. Big one, right? Every time you surrender what you can't change and focus on what you can, you shift timelines. And this is big because it requires from us to be aware, okay, I can't complain over what people are saying because I can't control what they're saying. I can't complain how people treat me because I can't control how they treat me. But I can protect myself, I can set boundaries, I can choose a different path, I can maybe change my relationships. This is in my control. And those are again conscious acts. More we do them, more we empower ourselves. This is in your power. We have another choice, which is compassion over judgment. Big one. How much we're learning compassion. Like, what is compassion? Feeling for one another, understanding other people's situations. So instead of judging them, we know that they're also going through something. So maybe when they try to hurt you, it's not because they're bad, it's because they're in pain. Now you can have compassion towards them. It doesn't mean you tolerate what they are doing, it just means that you stop holding some kind of grudges towards them. If they're toxic, you move away, or you set boundaries once again. You don't judge, you don't complain, you don't blame. No, you live your life. And more you live your life and create a healing circle around you, less you will care what those people are doing that are maybe still or were hurting you in the past. This is moving on, and moving on means choosing greater people, or choosing better circle, or choosing better knowledge, choosing better environment, or just protecting your environment for peace. This is all in your power, and this is your responsibility. And as long as you don't take it, your environment and people around you are teaching you to protect your peace. Every time you choose empathy instead of anger, you bring more light into this world. And this is a big thing, and yes, it's hard sometimes, and it's painful, and it's challenging, but at the same time, that's what is pushing us into growth, right? And into wisdom, to be greater. Like, wars happen because of lack of compassion, because of judgment. Now, if you don't want to see wars in the world, stop making them in your own world. And now you see how hard it is to end the wars in the world that all of us would love to see. It's not easy, but we need to be an example of that. We all have another choice, intuition over fear. Every time you follow that quiet inner pull, even when it defies logic, usually it does, you align with the deeper intelligence of life. And every time you do, life will reward you one way or another. It will, because life just rewards brave hearts. And brave hearts are those who trust intuition over logic. Logic is great. It helps us to organize our lives. It helps us to do things in systematic ways. But sometimes when systems fail, when logic fails, when our intellect doesn't have the right information to overcome something, there's deeper intelligence that has it. And here and there, we just find ourselves in these times like we are collectively right now, where logic may fail us, but intuition will never do. It will guide us. And to trust it is once again going beyond fear, going beyond what your negative mind says to you, and kind of experimenting with what happens when you trust it. When you truly take yourself to the finish line of what your intuition says. Because it doesn't mean you trust your intuition and then somewhere on halfway you turn back and you say, oh, it didn't work, my intuition is false. No, it means taking it to the finish line until some kind of breakthrough happens that teaches you, yeah, it was the best thing you did. These are the choices that accumulate. They rewire your nervous system. They rewire your subconscious patterns, and they slowly, almost imperceptibly, they dissolve the old reality and reveal the new one. So once again, you have presence over autopilot, big one. You have trust over control. You have compassion over judgment, and you have intuition over fear. These are the things that are truly in your power, and consciously choosing is taking you into the new frequency where you're truly leaving the old earth behind and living maybe on the same planet still, but in a completely different frequency, living in a completely different world, surrounded with different people, experiencing different results, and being an example for everyone who comes across your way. That it is possible to live differently, and I've seen so much of that in my life. People came to me for an advice, and they've seen it's possible to live differently. And when I was in situations, I've asked people who were living in a new frequency what they've done, so I could learn from those who live lighter lives, more loving lives, more aligned lives, to see what I can do. And therefore we need to be very open-minded, open-hearted, to perceive the real knowledge that is available to us, because when the student is ready, the teacher will come, right? But then when the student is truly ready, the teacher will disappear so you can practice what you've learned. So for those who've already shifted, who feel the separation between themselves and the old growing wider, your work now is to stay anchored and to be an example. The gravitational pull of fear is very strong. It will try to pull you back into old stories. Like you're not doing enough. You're falling behind. The world is too broken to change. But remember this, my friend. You're not here to fix the old world. You're here to build the new one by embodying it. So stay grounded through practice. If it's daily meditation, daily silence, breath work, grounding in nature, any activity that grounds you in this new energy, practice it daily. Stay grounded through community, like we are here, AttractPassion community, where every single day I bring to you some of this energy. And I see you in the comments, I see you all growing, changing, evolving through years. I'm seeing you. That's the power of community. Just showing up, just being present, just tuning in, and it's enough. So surround yourself with those who nourish your expansion. And if you notice no one is nourishing who you want to be, then surround yourself with information and move yourself to places where you will find those people. Move away from those who complain, who gossip, who judge, because they're not building, they're only destroying. But still show them a way, because sometimes you will be amazed, because some of those people will come to you and they will ask you for advice. Every choice you make rooted in love ripples outward. It influences others, even those who are still asleep. You don't know how much you affect everything right now. Your presence becomes a transmission, and in time it becomes the gravity that pulls more people into the new earth. So the truth right now is humanity is already split. Not into better and worse, because it's not a competition, but into two frequencies. One cling to the old, the familiar comfort of fear. The other is rising quietly, gently into trust, into unity, into love. If you're watching this, my friend, it's because some part of you knows you belong to the rising frequency. Maybe you're already living there. Maybe you're just tapping into it here and there, getting a taste of it, but feeling inspired to become it. Maybe you're still somewhere, on the bridge. Either way, you're part of the awakening. You didn't come here to survive. You came here to remember. You didn't come here to repeat the past. You came here to create the future. And that's why your vision for life is so important. What you see for humanity. What you see for yourself first. because you're part of us. You're part of this society. And sometimes it all starts by improving your life to improve society. Actually, that's where everything starts, isn't it so? So we came here to create the future. And whether you realize it or not, you already left the old earth. Now, let your life be proof that love was always the destination. And even though it may sound like, yeah, that's beautiful, but my life is still hard, always ask yourself, is it truly hard, or does your ego make it so? Because it would like to see an easy way out. Because it lacks trust. Because ego can't trust. Ego wants to have control, which is just the opposite of trust. So we need to find this other part of us that is way more ancient, way deeper, that knows that love heals and trust will take us to love. And therefore, sometimes we need to trust our foolishness to discover that on the other side of being foolish is also a discovery that we would never uncover if we would not allow ourselves to be a little bit foolish. Like when I've started this journey and making art, as you've seen a painting today I've created, to most people it didn't look very logical and wise. Like why that guy would quit a job that paid him well and it was quite of a good job to paint, because you can't make money with painting and it's hard to survive, and it's very foolish. But when something within us calls us like that, and when we love doing it, it's very interesting how much our creative mind just finds ways to make it happen, despite how challenging and weird it looks. And then we notice that it's something that we truly love, and love saves us, and it heals us, and suddenly we've changed, and suddenly it worked out, and suddenly we've discovered that there's great power in trusting ourselves, our inner guidance, our inner intelligence, and trusting love, trusting what we love, and valuing that to such a degree that we change, that we become more of what that love calls us and less of who we are. So the ego becomes a small part of us that is still part of our identity, but love is the guide. Love is the voice of the soul that says to us, yeah, I will change you, I will shape you because I am what you seek. And that's where everything begins to transform. And that's what you need to trust. And that's what will create that new frequency in your life that will create miracles. So I will leave you here today. I hope you found great value, my friend. I love you all. Yeah, I love you all. Every one of you. And I'm wishing you all a beautiful journey. Transformation you've been looking for. And healing you craved the most. You deserve it all. I hope you've enjoyed also in today's painting, and to anyone who would like to get a print of it, you can go into AttractPassion.com where you can support my art, buy prints of my art that's more affordable in different sizes to get a symbol of these messages onto a wall that will keep reminding you of what we're talking about, the energy we are sharing here. And also each painting has a unique energy, so it will bring you what you need if you resonate with it. It has also a unique story, so each painting was channeled and has a very unique story. So go and check it out. Each painting has a different story. Yeah. Thank you so much, my friend, for support. And also join our Patreon community for more exclusive content and YouTube membership if you want to support this channel. Thank you so much, my friend. Once again, I love you all. Thank you so much for your support also in the comments. Until next time, one love.